Word up, everybody. Well, we got updates. It's not the best updates we've ever come up with, but they're updates. And if you've considered yourself a Republican, not a conservative, a Republican, and this may offend you.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this: I will speak for me right now, for me. What Mr. Trump is doing right now isn't the wisest move he's ever come up with. In fact, I would go so far as to say, you're stupid for doing it, Mr. President. You're being retarded. Stop. You end up losing and ostracizing a lot of people because you're being retarded, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just gotta be frank with you. You're being retarded. But hey, you do what you gotta do as long as you don't mess with my money.
I mean, that's yeah.
Give me
when
more.
You start messing that up, you might see some revolts.
Hey, you give me those Doge dividends.
I heard that they passed. Is it true that they passed all the Doge savings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what becomes of that. But anyway, he was asked about them Epstein things again today. Now remember, this podcast has never been one to shy away from calling a spade a spade. And I know there are tons of stupid people that pop in once in a while, and they really find out really quickly that we don't mind calling out somebody else that we might have supported in the past.
Mm-hmm.
We have no problem doing that. The one thing you should never think is that this podcast is going to be like the rest of the people and hold on to somebody so strongly that we never speak truth.
That's right.
Bro said it before. I don't care if you're on the left, you're on the right. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Okay, cool. So here's the response.
This was all a hoax. Has your attorney general told you this was a hoax? What evidence have you seen?
No, it's not the attorney general. No, I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats. It's been run by the Democrats for 4 years. You had Christopher Wray and these characters and Comey before him. And it's a bad group. It started, actually, look at the Steele dossier. That turned out to be a total hoax. The 51 agents, the intelligence, so-called intelligence agents, it was a hoax. It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats. And some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net. And so they try and do the Democrats' work. The Democrats are good for nothing other than these hoaxes. They're bad for policy. They're bad for picking candidates that can get elected. Like in New York, we have a communist running. He may get elected too, actually, but he'll destroy the city. No, it's I call it the Epstein hoax. It takes a lot of time and effort.
All right. Now, that's the clip that has been going viral.
The fact that that's the context is a little disappointing.
Okay. Hey, what do you guys think of it?
I mean, if it's a hoax, and we'll say just like we did last episode, they ran on this list. They ran on this. Like it was this thing. It was out there. They've seen it. We have the tapes. We have all the documents sitting on our desk. And they ran on this. And now to turn around and say it's a hoax, I call BS on that.
Okay, well, to be fair, Trump didn't run on the Epstein list.
Yes,
it was it was Bondi who came out and said we have it, and we're all like, wait, you got it, the list, and all that stuff. So I think that we need to hold her accountable more than Trump, because this wasn't Trump's platform to be declassifying stuff other than JFK and Martin Luther King. Yeah. But the fact that Pam Bondi decided to ride that train and say, you know, we've got the Epstein file. It's sitting on my desk. We've got it as we speak. And again, this goes back to what I said last week. That why is Trump protecting her? Let her fall.
I think I just got a epiphany about that. I might have this wrong. I'll tell you how I have it wrong. You ready for this?
Yeah.
I think they took his quote, his statements, out of context. She mentioned, and I'll show it to you. Listen to what she actually says in the question. Right. This is in the full question here. This is part of a 29-minute
But I do want to ask you to clarify something you said this morning. You said this was all a hoax. Has your attorney
Big
general
hoax.
told you this was a hoax? What evidence have you
No,
seen
it's
of
not
that?
the Attorney General. No, I know it's a hoax. It's
Now, what he said this morning was about his name being on the Epstein list. Now, listen, I'm not saying that how he handled the Epstein file is good. It's absolutely egregious, stupid still. You're still behaving retarded for not letting the files go. But just like when people put out this statement that Obama had some years ago, the people are not smart enough to control their own destinies kind of thing, but that was also taken out of context.
Yes.
I will defend people who are being pulled out of context all day long. This seems like it was taken out of full context because the question was based on what he said that morning. And what he was talking about was people putting his name into it and adding him as part of Epstein's issues. That's the hoax, not the existence of the list, his name in the list. That's where the hoax exists.
Indeed.
Now,
indeed.
Part of what I have an issue with that has nothing to do with that. I can give you that, Mr. President. I will give you that because, again, it was only recent that his name was even brought up as an option when the talks of the list was being processed.
That's true.
His name got dropped in. You never heard on any of the Democrat platforming. I'm not talking about the troglodytes. I'm talking about the Democrat platforming. You never heard them talking about his name being on the list. They always talked about him having affiliation with him back in the day, but with all information that they had on Epstein, they never once brought him up. If you realize that, it wasn't until recently.
Right.
That's right.
So I will give you that pass. But as for the actual giving of information, man, you should be handing that out. No, I look, and I listened to multiple people talk and say, well, there might be names and there might be people that didn't have anything. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah.
If you want to keep your name sequestered, you file and so on. I need to know who that is too. That's all. All I need to know is the why. Okay. If you're going to tell me then all the files and the videos that Epstein had was all just natural child pornography from random sources from the internet, and it wasn't anybody in particular, prove that, one. And you can do that without showing the video, by the way. You can. Secondarily, if there were nobody else involved in it, why was people like Prince Andrew mentioned in the case files during Jeffrey's testimony? So there were names, there were people.
Yes.
So tell us who they are. Even if you, okay, I would even be satisfied if you lied to us and give us 8 names, 8 big names. Just give it to them. Give us something. But right now we're just looking at you and thinking, you're lying about something. What?
Yeah, and what if he's just allowing, to go with your point, we believe that the list exists. And what if he's allowing the Democrats to keep calling for the release of this list, as they're doing right now, as we speak? And they have some type of plan to say, you see, Democrats asked for this. And there's a lot of their people that are on it. You have Kevin Spacey, you have, what's that, Raskins, you have all these people asking to get this list released. So what if, like, the list exists, but this is kind of, how Trump plays chess, man. He moves different. And he's like, okay, do we have anything? And Pam Bondi be like, yeah, we got something. And you release that with all their names on it. Make them shoot themselves in the foot.
Well, see, the only problem is that the Democrats, they don't care about the list. It's just a talking point to them. Like for us, it's been about, okay, Epstein is a dirty, flagrant, degenerate who's been trafficking children for his own nefarious, evil purposes, to satiate other people's evil purposes. And that's why we care. We want that client list because it reveals the names of these evil individuals that we want to see gone. Democrats don't care about that. I mean, if they did, they would be fighting hard for abortion rights to be squelched. Sure. But the fact that now they talk about Epstein, now they care about Epstein. It's like, give me a break. Shut your mouth. Where have you been for the last 9 years, 10 years?
That's true.
I think they're trying to put it as a linchpin to impeachment. Now, proof is in the pudding. This was on the other moron, that remedial monkey, David Pakman's channel.
Of course.
I'm not going to play his video, but I'm going to bring up this tweet that he had brought up. And this is proof that, I mean, because the name of the title of the video, it says, "Oh no, Trump appears to confirm he's on the Epstein files." You see what I mean? This is now the new talking point. The reason he doesn't want to let it go is because he's on the Epstein files. That is now the new talking point. If you go to X, it is everywhere. This is why he's not. He's on it. He's on it. So he's right about the hoax being perpetrated. That's the new talking point. So this is what he tweeted. "What's going on with my boys and in some cases gals? They're all going after Attorney Bondi, which we should anyway, Mr. President, who is doing a fantastic job. No, she's not. We're on one team, MAGA, and I don't like what's happening. We have a perfect administration. No, you don't. The talk of the world and selfish people are trying to hurt it. I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
All over a guy who never dies, Jeffrey Epstein. I wish he had died sooner. Like, I don't know. Let me see. Before 2004, that would have been a great time. For years, it's Epstein over and over again. Why are we giving publicity to files written by Obama, crooked Hillary, Comey, Brennan, and the losers and criminals of the Biden administration who conned the world with the Russia hoax, 51 intelligence agents, the laptop from hell, and more? Now, framing is important because that is a direct answer to people saying he's on the list, not the why he won't release the files. Okay, I want to make sure we get that. They created the Epstein files just like they created the fake Hillary Clinton Christopher dossier Steele file that they used on me. Again, exactly who is he talking about? We know Donald. He doesn't care if I'm starting to believe he doesn't care if anybody else is included on the list, as long as you don't include him.
Yeah, I mean,
that's true.
So he goes on, he says, on me and my so-called friends are playing right into their hands. Why didn't these radical left lunatics release the Epstein files? If there was anything in there that could have hurt the MAGA movement, why didn't they use it? Novel question. They haven't even given up the JFK or Martin Luther King files. They haven't given up on the JFK or Martin Luther King files, no matter how much success we've had securing the border, deporting criminals, fixing the economy, energy dominance, and a safer world. And Iran will never have nuclear. I do notice that they have stopped talking about the economy and eggs. It's kind of interesting. In lieu of Epstein. But to his point, the harping on this makes a lot of sense to me because it is just another point that they can point to since the rest of the stuff has dried up. They can't talk about Gaza anymore. They can't really talk about Ukraine. They can't really talk about Russia. They can't talk about a whole lot. There's not much out there for them to talk about. So they have to publicize and push this. Again, though, they wouldn't be in this position, Mr. President. You wouldn't be in this position. You would have given them literally nothing to talk about. And the rest of your time in presidency, you could literally go golfing the rest of your time and we would not give a damn.
Yep.
If you had just done this, release it, and you could be the most, you would be the most relaxed lame duck president ever. You wouldn't have to do diddly squat. You'd be the first president to sit down, sip tea, go on camera in your shorts. It's sports. You could even, I don't care, whatever you want to wear. And be fine.
Right.
That's it. Well, that's all you had to do. But no, you couldn't do that. But the eggs have gone down where I'm at. They've gone down by at least a few bucks.
Yeah.
Same.
Here too.
I used to have the 18 count were like $9 or $10 for me. They're now 7 something. So they've gone down for me. But he could have solved this problem. His whole life would have been so much easier. I mean, yeah, the idiots would have still spoken, but it would have been speaking with no history. Anyway, what do you guys think about that tweet?
He's not wrong. If he was on the list, if he frequented Epstein's Island, that's the smoking gun that would have ruined him back in 2015.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That should have been the smoking gun that ruined him in 2015. For the monkeys on the left who now are saying that he's on the list, he went to the island, he's a part of the clientele. That's just it's a weak argument at best, and it shows the subpar intellectual capacity of the left. clearly. So he's not wrong with that tweet. I just don't like the fact that he deflected in that tweet.
And yeah, the same thing Bondi did was deflect.
Yeah.
And they're both. Bondi's end was even worse.
Oh, jeez.
And just like every political pundit all over social media, the news, everywhere else has been saying the same thing. The ones that have common sense have been saying the same thing about this. If Trump was on that list, they would have got him back in 2015. That would have been the minute Trump announced that he was running for president, that list would have came out. And Ghislaine Maxwell hasn't really come out and said anything about him being on that list. And I haven't heard anything. So if they really wanted him out, they could have went to her and said, do you have anything on him being on that list? And we'll reduce your sentence or something. And she would have came out and said, oh yeah, but it never happened. So, they're reaching for any reason to impeach the man. And, I believe that, as we've always believed, that he wasn't on the island. He was on that Leota, whatever it all, Express. He took a flight with them and that's about it. But he wasn't close to Epstein. So if you guys got proof, present the proof. On this podcast, we say if Trump was on that island doing sick things like that, you're going to hear it from us. We're not going to back anything up like that.
Yeah.
Mike Johnson was asked by Benny Johnson. Now, I'm going to speak for me. I'm not a big fan of Benny. I think Benny clickbaits a lot. And I think he's a hyper charismatic person that just hypes everything up, but doesn't really have any good substance to his stuff. He has enough money behind him that he can get information early that replaces research. So I can't really say that he has a whole lot, but he does get the audience that we wish we could get. So he did interview Mr. Mike Johnson and asked him specifically about Ghislaine Maxwell possibly doing a interview, or at least a stepping before Congress to talk. Here's what he had to say about that.
We should put everything out there and let the people decide it. I mean, the White House and the White House team are privy to facts that I don't know. I mean, this isn't my lane. I haven't been involved in that. But I agree with the sentiment that we need to put it out there. And Pam Bondi, I don't know, when she originally made the statement, I think she was talking about documents, as I understood it, that were on her desk. I don't know that she was specific about a list or whatever, but she needs to come forward and explain that to everybody. I like Pam. I mean, I think she's done a good job. We need the DOJ focusing on the major priorities. So let's get this thing resolved so that they can deal with violent crime and public safety and election integrity and going after Act Blue.
Let's get this thing resolved. All right, I want to bring in CBS.
I want to see Ghislaine Maxwell up front and personal.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what I want. I want to see an interview. I want to see them bring her before the Senate. I want to see her testify out loud. I would take that over a list. Offer her a plea.
Do you think she would make it to testify if they found out she was going to do it?
Yes. You know why? You know why? Democrats think she has his name in her mouth. Democrats are the only one that would end her.
Yep.
That's the only people who's the left would end her. So they would think, oh, she definitely gonna have it because she knows. There's been, and they already started the rumors that yes, she is definitely one of those people that would say it. Yes, it's there. That's why they'd let her live. So they won't mess with her. But I would love to have her come forward. Tell her, look, lady, we will give you 10 years off. I'll give her 10 years off. Why? You might say that's horrible. No. Listen to me. Give her the 10 years off her sentence with the caveat that we want all the names that were ever involved there at the site with child stuff.
Yep.
All the names. And have everything live streamed. We don't want no sequestering, nothing. It is all open camera. Everybody hears it in real time.
Yeah.
That's the only question I'm going to ask her. You have 15 minutes. That's it.
And just start dropping names.
Drop names.
Boom. I mean, that would tear down, like we said before the last episode, that would destroy the whole disease, corrupt system as we speak. But like we said, we're down with that. Hey, if it's got to burn, it's got to burn. Get her up there. Let's hear it.
I would love to see that happen. I don't want any other questions. There's no other. I don't care about the why. I don't care about the money of how much they pay. I don't give a damn about how much money they were paying. That's inconsequential to me. I just need the names.
Right.
The instant I get the names, if they're dead, good riddance. If they're still alive, make them join the rest of the guys. Like, I'm not putting nobody in jail for this. No, nope,
You need to burn.
nope. If you drop a name, as soon as that name drops, I'm getting on the horn. Go grab that person. Another name, go grab that person. Another, go grab that person. All of them, just go grab them as the name drops.
Mm-hmm.
Point blank. Watch how things watch how it changes. Just watch. Of course, it won't happen because the people in there, you know. No, when I say she has 15 minutes, I mean that she has 15 minutes to give up everything. It may take her an hour, but I'm not holding her there for hours of questioning.
Mm-hmm.
My question may take 10 minutes to flesh out, but the only one question I want to ask is I need every name from beginning to end of the time that you were helping Jeffrey. I just want everything. Just put it all in there. Just give it to me.
And don't make this long drawn out process like they always do with these high profile cases.
Yeah, that part.
You know, it lasts for like 6 months and we get like 2 things out of it, a complete waste of taxpayer money and our time. Like Marlon said, day one, you have 15 minutes. Go. And she just starts kicking out names. And then someone else is on the phone, like Marlon stated, hey, go get this guy, go get this gal, go get this person, go get this person.
Right.
It'll be very interesting to see if it does happen, but I don't think it will. I think we're at an impasse right now where what you're going to see is that she'll keep deflecting, never answer it. Unless, of course, what they say Bongino is working on is something big. I highly doubt that. I know they like to deflect. They've done that before. Oh, don't worry. It may not be Bondi, but it's definitely going to be Bongino. I put him right on it. He's not doing jack squat.
Mm-hmm.
Bongino ain't doing nothing. He is. I'm guaranteeing you right now, you're not going to see no new list. You're not going to see some name. Nothing. Nothing's going to move. I say if y'all are out there and you're still hoping for this, stop. Stop hoping. I think what we could do, here's my suggestion, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. I think for all the resources that we have at our disposal as YouTubers and personal investigators and private investigators and independent investigators, we can find the names.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you money we can figure who they are. And you know what to do? Put it out there as a possibility.
Yeah.
Not as fact, as a possibility. You put and drop every bit of research you do. Names, and it doesn't even have to be just local to America. Drop every research piece you got. You see like how that other group that we played the other day has all these pingings that they could figure out. If they can figure out what phone was where, y'all can figure it out.
Yeah, that's true.
We don't have the money here. If you give us the money, we're going to find it for you. You don't want to do the legwork? I'll do it for you. Fund us, and we're going to find out who it is. And trust and believe we will drop names like nobody's business. It wouldn't even matter what name it is. We'll drop it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to drop the name and tell you where they were, what portion of the island they were, how long we're going to drop everything. You wouldn't need Ghislaine Maxwell. You wouldn't need Pam Bondi. You wouldn't. But I think we can get this done as a population. If we really care about this, we wouldn't let it rest and we wouldn't depend on them to do it.
Yeah.
After all, we can get it through Freedom of Information Acts. We can get it through a publicly available domain. We can do all of this legally above board and never touch classified information.
And it's probably somewhere on the dark web too, tucked away.
Look, I know Hillary Clinton stuff is out there on the dark web. I've seen the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When it first dropped, it first dropped, I saw it. This was back before they were starting to clamp down on stuff like that. There was a brief moment where there was a crossover from the dark web to the regular web, and nobody caught it. I don't know if y'all remember this, but there were all kinds of Taliban videos going around. Y'all remember this time frame?
So, yeah.
I remember it.
Like, I mean, you talk about whatever happened in the Middle East was blatantly on YouTube. You could find it on YouTube. And at that time, they had not LimeWire, BitTorrent. BitTorrent was going around, and that video was making its round on BitTorrent. I even saw somebody try to cover it at the time on BitChute, when BitChute was now starting up.
Mm-hmm.
And then that lady from the Cabal thing covered it.
Yeah.
Right? When that started going around, I got the video of that whole spirit cooking thing. I saw the video. It's real. It's her.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's 100% her and Huma. They were on video doing this stuff. She's still walking free. The most we can do is bring attention to it and show it. I think that's what we ought to do with this Epstein thing. Forget it. Forget trying to get those people to give you that information. Get it ourselves. Point blank.
Yeah, and on that, I know a lot of people out there are upset about this Epstein list, but they have to understand how deep the swamp really is. See, we're only seeing the swamp what they show us on TV. That swamp is deep, and there's some very powerful people in charge of this swamp that we don't even see, that are calling the shots, pulling the strings. So it's going to be, like Marla said, it's going to be very hard to expect to get anything from these people. So stop getting upset about something that is way outside, way outside of our control and what we can see physically.
Yeah,
Right.
I think we need to start doing more with what we can do. I know that for me, I would love to have the resources to be able to do more research, but I don't. I would love to have access to people's ear. We don't. I think if we were to interview half the people that most big platforms interview, they'd run.
For sure.
Like what? Can you imagine us trying to interview just any of the Trumps? As much as they might be on our side, I would look, the kinds of questions we would ask them, they would have to run because we don't pull punches. We'd ask the question that nobody else wants to ask, which is why I would love to have an audience with RFK. I don't care how much, I'll ask him the questions that he needs to answer. If it's regular that you're talking about what it is, then you got to answer the questions. Whatever happened to the FDA? That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
Just answer my question. Why did you okay the FDA? And I'm not mocking you. I'm just talking like you. But I will mock you if you play the fool and don't do your job. Children are still going missing. You haven't answered our question about Othello. So what's the deal? None of y'all talk this big game and you fooled us. I'll admit you fooled us into thinking that you were coming in to do different. And now everybody went silent. You went silent. And that ain't cool. That ain't cool at all. That's problems. And unlike the left, we will hold your foot to the fire, boy. We look. We're going to stay on that behind. We will. The same way with Trump and your stupid answers, because your answers are stupid. I'm going to tell you now. I've heard some stuff from you before that I'll kind of pass off and brush off. But the answers you gave the last week, you want the truth? You sound like Biden. That's the best insult I can get. You sound like Biden, bro. You sound like Biden at the debate. You sound like Biden at the debate.
Damn.
I don't know what he said just last. That's the biggest insult I can give you because that's what you sound like. You're making nonsensical statements about something that you can just be straight up with.
Right.
That's true.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense. But anyway, that's the update we got. Whether it's gonna go anywhere, don't know. Is it gonna make any difference? Will Ghislaine Maxwell testify? I don't think so. Will Pam Bondi drop anything new? Nope. Will Dan Bongino do anything? No. Unless you think, do you guys think that Pam Bongino gonna do something?
That's up to Cash.
I think. Yeah, I think someone got the Bongino, and I think that's why he took that. He stepped away for a little while because he had to get his thoughts together. I honestly think that they got to him. He was like, "Let me step back. Let me think about some stuff," and then he's gonna come back in that understanding mode. Like, you understand? He's gonna be like, "Yep, understand." Some powerful people, man.
Bongino's not going to do anything unless Cash tells him to do so, and Cash isn't going to do anything until Bondi tells him to do so, and until Bondi does something, and she's going to answer to Trump, and she won't do anything until Trump tells her to do so. So it's kind of a lose situation at that point.
Maybe we just need a comet, an asteroid, just reset it all.
Right. I think it's efficient for us to play something I think is becoming more and more true as time goes on.
But there's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks. It's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets, and they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them.
And he's right. He was right then. He's right now. He ain't lying. He ain't lying. And at the end of it, he says it's one big club and we ain't in it. So,
and yeah, that's true. And there's one way to, kind of fix that is a lot of people stay glued to the news and, just all this media stuff. That's their whole life. And a lot of times you have to unplug, be aware, unplug, and use your critical thinking skills to understand what they're saying to you. Do not take anything these media pundits, these politicians, these corporations, all these rich, wealthy people who don't give a damn about you. Do not take anything they say for face value. Always question their intentions to telling you anything.
Right.
It's going to be one of those weeks, people. Trust and believe. This is only going to get worse before it gets worser.
Worser?
Well,
We'll
we'll see.
around with it.
We'll see. Hey, for all I know, I might be wrong, and 5D chess is around the corner.
Yeah, you know me. I talk backstage. I have a lot of hope still, man. I keep a lot of faith. I don't really try to become a Debbie Downer, and I'm like, oh, the sky is falling type of person. I'm always trying to see the good in things, and I'm prepared for anything, but I don't live my life in fear like that. It is what it is. That's how I live my life. It is what it is, but I'm prepared for whatever happens.
It is what it is. So we'll catch you guys Friday. Not what we talking about Friday?
Oh, money, crypto.
What is going on? Is there?
They just passed the
else
CBD.
going on?
Well, the CBDC Act, whatever the CBDC Act was passed in the House.
Oh, did they pass it?
Yeah, it's passed.
Ooh, and Napoleon Luna is gonna hate that.
Is that
all
the
crypto, the stable coin, all that stuff?
The central backdoor currency.
Yeah, all
thing.
well, the central bank cannot create. They can't have their hand in crypto. Right. That was the thing that they were fighting for because the central bank wanted in on it. Yeah. They're like, no, you guys can't have in on it. So they passed it to where they can't have anything to do with it. Can't tax it. They can't freaking do anything with it. So it's completely ours to own and move as we see fit.
Well, good. Didn't we also have a topic about hold on.
About
weren't we
people?
Yeah, I thought we were going to
the famous Friday thing?
Yeah.
We could still do famous Fridays. Yes, that's true. That's still up there. That is still out there to do. Good call. Good call.
Who was it? What was the topic?
It was that clown that came in, but she left and she never came back. The one out of Montana.
Oh, I forgot
yeah,
her.
The pilot.
Oh yeah.
I forgot all about her.
Yeah.
But there's got to be some other chimps on here that's going to do something we can make fun of.
They've left us alone. You see that for the last week? They've not come in.
No, they haven't.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
It's dangerous. It's dangerous.
This
isn't.
I think I got it. I think I got the famous Friday. Did we already cover the people that were making fun of we covered the flood people, right?
Yeah, we did that.
Okay. Then no, I have to watch. I'll watch. We'll see. Nothing yet. So when we find out, if we do a famous Friday, trust and believe me, it'll be worth it.
Always
It'll
is.
be always worth it. So we'll
Something's
catch you
gonna
guys
pop
on the yeah, it will, and no, it always does.
Mhm.
Something always pops up when you least expect it. But hopefully something breaks on the Maxwell side of things.
Hey, and while you guys are out here and you guys are going through your social medias, and,
I'm really fast.
you know, don't you can email us if you see something we should talk about, something for Famous Fridays. Email us at thesavagepatriots@gmail. Just say, hey, check this out, and we'll look into it and see if it's something we want to discuss on Famous Fridays.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we might go through I got to go through the inbox. I know that Retro sends a lot of stuff, so I'll go through that too tomorrow and see what goes on with that one. So otherwise, we'll vibe with you guys on Friday, Mr. Lee.
Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we will see you Friday. Peace.
Peace.